Well, I guess this was inevitable. WWE has created the first ever two-night SummerSlam event, which was actually supposed to be next year in Minneapolis. But WWE got too excited and impatient, so they decided to start it immediately this year at MetLife Stadium. Crazy to think, but this is actually the second time this year WWE planned something for a later year and changed their mind to immediately. The first was WrestleMania returning to Las Vegas. Also, SummerSlam being a two-night event takes away the prestige of WrestleMania being a two-night event. I get that we want SummerSlam to be the biggest party of the summer, but we can easily do that in a football stadium for a single night. What's next? Gonna make the Royal Rumble a two-night event? Gonna put Survivor Series as a two-night event where one is a War Games night, the other with a traditional Survivor Series tag matches? Drew McIntyre must be laughing at the ticket prices to WrestleMania, knowing this will not end well in the long run. WWE likely promoting Conman's reactions because they like his name, seeing as it fits TKO in a nutshell. How long before they realize Conman isn't actually a conman but a passionate wrestling fan instead? Just like WrestleMania had the annoying Fiend sound effect on loop over and over, SummerSlam has that one annoying little part of Cardi B's song on loop over and over. What's with the bigger events having the most annoying theme songs? You telling me I gotta deal with 2 nights of this? Welcome to the first ever two-night SummerSlam event, without any opening pyrotechnics, but rest assured we will launch pyro in about a couple minutes for wrestlers that have them. Cardi B just might be the most forgettable host in SummerSlam history. Shows up in the first 5 minutes of night 1, and then doesn't appear whatsoever aside from a crowd cameo during night 2. What kind of host role is that supposed to be? Yeah! Skip! Oh, now you're gonna shoot pyro? Why do we have to have someone step into the ring to welcome us to the show when the guy on the video package did it for us? 14 minutes of entrances, and over 10 of those minutes were for Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Let that sink in. Gosh darn it, you're supposed to wait until Roman Reigns puts the 1 in the air before you fire the pyrotechnics. Do I have to come down there and do your job for you? Bronson Reed and his stupid obsession with stealing shoes. I know the reason for it was to call him the tribal thief wearing a shula fala, but that's when I added double sin. Instead of being original, they decided to make these guys a parody of Roman Reigns by any means necessary so WWE can hold on to the magic of the tribal chief era. You could easily do that with just Roman himself. Also, Paul Heyman carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase despite the fact that he is not Mr. Money in the Bank. If anything, this just has me more suspicious about Seth Rollins and the legitimacy of his injury.
Bronson Reed is yet to win at this event.
And that would be because Bronson Reed has only ever competed in a battle royal at SummerSlam instead of a singles or tag match. Not really a desperate situation when you put it that way.
Close, and I told you.
This match must have become a tornado tag match at the last minute. Running back the entrance music before a match takes place is one thing, but you did your entrance nearly 20 minutes ago and we are in the midst of this tag team match to kick off SummerSlam Saturday. Now is not the time for this. I usually find it cute when Jake gets an encore, but this is irritating. See what happens when you waste time? Jey Uso gets 5 sins for distracting Roman Reigns with the encore entrance, which in turn allowed the Vision to take advantage. And to make matters worse, Jey Uso missed the Vision completely and crushed Roman Reigns with that dive. If Roman gets pissed off and attacks Jey afterward, it will be deserved. Rather than go for the spear with the speed he had, Braun Breaker chose to hit a clothesline instead. It's effective for sure, but he had the chance to surprise Jey with his quickness and crush him with the spear. Copy yeet infringement.
Here's the cup, shoulders are down, and now
that one moment when Braun Breaker could have won the match for his team but chose to do push-ups instead. If you notice, Jey Uso didn't even move or try to kick out. Had Braun stayed where he was, the Vision would have won the match. But because Braun chose to do push-ups, he cost his team the whole thing. He gets 5 sins for being an idiot. That face. Braun Breaker creating his own song on the spot to the beat of Roman Reigns was actually funny. Kept a hold of Jey Uso while singing to Roman Reigns. Triple cam replay. A replay of what happened, along with reactions from Paul Heyman and the commentators. If this keeps up, WWE might do 20 screens of replays in one shot featuring reactions from the crowd and those streaming their reactions online. Good on Roman Reigns to flip forward once he realized he overshot the dive outside the ring. Had he not done that, he would have come close to breaking his neck.
mile wide and a near fall.
Bronson Reed likely didn't get the win because his name is not John Cena. Although these days that doesn't work even when John Cena hits it. The last time Bronson Reed pulled off high-risk maneuvers like that, he literally shattered his ankle to pieces. The next time he does a high-risk maneuver, he nearly broke his neck. and it hasn't sunk into him that he probably shouldn't do those risks yet?
Tsunami!
Be sure to say it loud enough that Jey Uso will be able to hear you, I guess. What could possibly go wrong with that?
And look at Roman Reigns!
Heartwarming to see Roman Reigns sacrifice himself for Jey Uso after all the abuse he put Jey through during the 1300-day title reign. Guess I could take a sin off for that.
Hi, Charlotte. Let's check.
That one awkward moment when this tag team of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair began because Alexa demanded it to happen. If I can't win a singles championship in 7 years, your ass ain't winning a 15th anytime soon. Alexa Bliss won't even allow Charlotte Flair to activate her pyrotechnics in the big stadium. Are we sure Alexa wants to be legitimate tag partners here?
And they're 4-0.
Bringing up undefeated streaks right as a championship match at a major event like SummerSlam is about to begin. Guess what conveniently ends up happening?
Out still, it's Roxanne.
Tag team of unusual partners argue about who starts the match, which allows the other team to attack cliche.
So dominant in there, and taking a long time to find her footing.
Dominating in NXT, but struggling to find their footing on the main roster? Sounds like the saddest yet most accurate thing about 95% of all wrestlers who move up from NXT.
Prodigy. An incredible.
Damn, that was actually a dangerous and brutal knee to the back of Charlotte's head. You gonna react to that? No? Gonna stay silent like the 60,000 fans in attendance? Yikes.
To step up to that leadership.
This is very sad when you look at it. MetLife Stadium nearly packed with 60,000 plus fans for the first ever two-night SummerSlam, and it's so quiet you can almost hear planes taking off from all the way in Los Angeles. Only 3 minutes into this match and they're already bored.
Trying to make a tag to her partner Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez.
Charlotte Flair hasn't suffered that much damage, yet reaching over to tag Alexa Bliss is somehow impossible for her to do. Looked like she had all the power in the world to crawl to the corner, but the invisible barrier stopped her in the end.
Looking for Twisted Bliss.
Roxanne Perez put her knees up to stop Alexa Bliss from connecting Twisted Bliss. Unfortunately, Alexa landed on Roxanne's feet instead. If anything, that causes less pain for Alexa and more for Roxanne.
Seconds tick by.
And I am
The way Charlotte is rooting for Alexa, even she isn't trying to hide her boredom of this match.
timing out. Bliss.
Actually, that looked more like Roxanne Perez took out Alexa Bliss since she managed to ram Alexa's head into the canvas first. If I had a nickel for every time Raquel Rodriguez had to stop herself to allow Charlotte Flair to do that unnecessary flip before connecting a clothesline, I'd have 10 cents. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened at 2 consecutive premium live events. First Evolution, and now tonight.
Losing control. Oh!
Wrestler accidentally hits their own partner, which causes them to lose cliche. What was that? They actually won the match? Oh, well, forget I said that. Sorry, you never tend to see that when the partner accidentally gets hit these days. You know, the New Day has lost their relevance when Grayson Waller is hanging around them. How much longer are these guys gonna mourn the tag team division? Remind me to never get too hyped up whenever a crazy turn takes place like what happened to Big E last December. Poor Nikki Bella returns for another run in WWE, and all they got for her on the first ever two-night SummerSlam event is a cameo for a Papa John's commercial. I guess the theme song is appropriate for this event given the graphics and all posters for SummerSlam are exactly like the album cover. Abandoned alleys covered in garbage, piss, and vomit. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross have not one but 2 PLE matches against each other, and all just for someone to say, I was right and you were wrong. That stupid shit can somehow get a match on 2 PLEs, yet other big-time feuds and championship matches get thrown in the garbage. Make it make sense. Once again, due to the long walkway to the ring, both Karrion Kross and Scarlett have to hustle in order to time their entrance with the music.
Sami must develop a darker side in order to win the title.
Sami Zayn already tried that. He tried to have a darker side to climb the mountain, and the only result he got was getting his ass kicked by Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Maybe that's what Karrion Kross wanted for Sami this whole time. More humiliation at the hands of celebrities.
Well, he's also never won the World Championship.
Neither has Karrion Kross. What's your point?
You need a little hatred in your heart.
You wrestled with hatred in your heart too, right, Wade? When you feuded with John Cena back in 2010. Aww, too soon?
Lead pipes. Can't break the spirit, you can't break.
Just like Night of Champions, Karrion Kross watches Sami Zayn from the moment he threw him into the barricade and never once sees that moonsault coming. What we have is almost a move-for-move repeat of a match we already saw before with the same result. How is this match worthy of being on the SummerSlam card again?
We're not capable of breaking.
Come on, I must win at least one match in my feuds before my contract expires.
Blue Thunderbomb off the counter.
Scarlett stands on the ring apron to distract the referee, but the moment Sami Zayn hits the blue Thunderbomb, she stops the distraction so the referee could count her husband's shoulders. So much for siding with your lover.
He says no.
Like there was ever going to be another option about that? Karrion Kross loses the match, which means it's time to start caressing Sami Zayn's face for some weird reason. I don't think I want to know what his intentions were, but thank God I don't have to know. Wade Barrett's face matches mine when I see the attendance of only 53,000 at MetLife Stadium. Are we sure this is the same stadium that hosted 80,000 plus fans on 2 occasions for WrestleMania? Seeing WWE put the name TakeOver on an event that's not NXT just pisses me off. You had gold, black and gold as a matter of fact, and you turned it into silver.
It's clear it is.
What do you bet Triple H said, "No, don't move the cameras to the right anymore. We can't let the rest of the world see the amount of tarp covering the top of the stadium over there." The rain and snow effects are covering up the lens, making this an awkward entrance for Jade Cargill.
WWE
7:45 p.m. Why?
won single matchup against Tiffany.
Why the sudden cheer from the audience? Were the fans somehow being blinded by the spotlights which got turned off despite the fact that the sun is still shining brightly today?
Cardi B really does not like Naomi.
Jade Cargill deserves 5 sins for seeing Tiffany Stratton get back up in the ring and choosing to sit on the ring apron with her back turned just to pose around. As a result of this, Tiffany takes control of the match. Stupid mistake.
Oh, Tiffany with a driver.
You mean a Falcon's Arrow? You have seen Seth Rollins use that move so many times for years and haven't figured out that it's still a Falcon's Arrow even when other wrestlers hit it?
For the championship.
That was, without a doubt, one of the worst pinfall attempts I have ever seen. Jade Cargill successfully connects Jaded, and her first idea is to pull Tiffany Stratton as far as possible, followed by Jade intentionally placing Tiffany's leg on the rope to break the count. Both these women can clearly wrestle better than this. We literally saw Evolution last month. Jelly Roll is wrestling in WWE now. I get that he's a huge wrestling fan, but why do we have to have celebrity matches on the biggest shows of the year? At least Logan Paul is an actual WWE superstar now. What's Jelly gonna do? Wrestle then peace out for a few years? Also, the sad fact that Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre's only way to get on the SummerSlam card was to get involved with a feud involving Jelly Roll and Logan Paul.
There is not an ounce of fat.
Trying to make weight jokes just because Jelly Roll is competing? Hey, I'm already rolling my eyes because of this tag team match's existence, but I'm not interested in weight jokes.
I hear voices in my head.
Jelly Roll is an excellent singer, but hearing him sing Randy Orton's theme song just doesn't feel right.
He's the son of a sinner.
I just want it on record, Jelly Roll is not my son. I time travel for various reasons, but getting intimate is not one of them.
Jelly Roll doesn't know which body parts to defend first.
What? Is Jelly Roll getting emotional because he's about to fight Drew McIntyre? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be honored to fight Drew as well, he's a dream opponent of mine, but now's not the time to get freaked out and emotional here. Randy Orton begs Jelly Roll to tag out even though he could literally just tag himself in right here, right now, as Jelly is right in front of him. Jelly did the same thing when the match started. The constant censorships despite being on Netflix. How is it that these PLEs never got censored until they made it to Netflix?
And you can lose all the weight you want.
Michael Cole thinks that Jelly Roll only trained for WWE by losing weight. I know that's likely what Michael did, but that doesn't mean everyone else simply loses weight.
Here, vintage Orton again.
Have you considered setting up the stairs beside the announce table before hitting the back suplex on it? Maybe then the tables will actually break.
Coming from Logan Paul.
Someone must have forgot to tell Jelly Roll that when you get punched by a right hand, you're supposed to fall in the same direction it was swung.
Splash!
What I will give Jelly Roll props for is requesting to take crazy bumps, including this insane crash through the table in this match, rather than being given the celebrity protection package. I'll even take off 3 cents for this.
Well, I don't know what Jelly's thinking.
Seriously, you've seen the entire career of wrestlers like Mick Foley, and you're questioning what someone is thinking when it comes to them trying to get back into the match they're in?
Adrenaline here.
With how long Jelly Roll has taken to deliver a choke slam, how the hell did Logan Paul not do anything to counter?
For the win.
Rare to see the celebrity visitor actually take the pin in a match. Still, Jelly Roll's shoulder was completely off the canvas as he was nearly on his entire right side throughout the pinfall.
Signed an executive order, reinstating the in his way.
The match graphics for SummerSlam are some of the worst I've ever seen. Obvious lazy AI is obvious and lazy. CM Punk really has a weird habit of beginning the summer of Punk when the summer is almost over. CM Punk's Fantastic Four outfit was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Makes sense since his catchphrase on the entrance is from the Fantastic Four.
For a main event for the ages.
Even though this match ends up being a hell of a banger main event, I still wouldn't say that line just in case it doesn't work out. Better to be safe than sorry.
Brawlers technique.
Hold up. I know we're in the midst of a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, but we have to pause so I can fluff my hair. Ah, there we go.
The left arm of Gunther.
Fans trying to start a CM Punk chant in the form of the Cody Rhodes song. Thank God the rest of the fans did not join in because that sounds terrible out loud after all the years of simply chanting CM Punk. What? Jeez, Gunther, when did John Cena join this match? He's not scheduled until tomorrow night's main event. It's smart on the part of CM Punk to continuously target Gunther's arm to prevent the chops and power game. I just wish he was focused on the right arm instead of the left, because the right arm is the one Gunther uses for those chops.
He knows eventually.
Gunther, didn't Punk literally target that arm and stomp it into oblivion for the past 5 minutes? How are you able to hold it up like that without so much as wincing in pain? Well, so much for the atmosphere of performing in a football stadium, since 90% of the audience is hidden in total darkness. You know there are ways to illuminate the stadium without blinding the audience with bright spotlights, right? Wrestler dares his opponent to continue hitting him as a way to show off invincibility, and the opponent falls for the trap cliche. Whether it was his intention or not, CM Punk is literally tapping out as we speak. His hand is tapping the ring canvas non-stop, and the referee doesn't do shit about it. 15 cents for CM Punk making that mistake, causing the referee to look stupid.
Gotta be careful. Reverse this. Powerful.
Well, that was awkward. CM Punk struggled to switch from a sharpshooter to a figure 4 leg lock, then ultimately realized this was never going to work, so he went back to a sharpshooter counter. All the while, Gunther was wondering what he was doing. Gunther somehow hasn't learned from his mistakes against the likes of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, where he didn't take them seriously, causing him to lose the match.
I'm flabbergasted that Punk is still in this.
Well, the biggest reason CM Punk is still in the match is because of moments like this where Gunther wastes time taunting before he hits his moves. We've been here for about 20 minutes now, and the match has mostly been that. Nothing special so far.
Heinous and appalling.
And that's what I think of that stupid advertisement on the ring post. I tried to destroy the LED lights with CM Punk's body, but it didn't work out. Gunther had to be told that the live camera was actually the one to his right, not his left, causing the awkward head turn.
Wait a minute, CM Punk back at it.
Gunther being a stupid dumbass led to CM Punk recovering from the punishment and ultimately winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Why is Gunther always looking like an idiot when he loses matches, but looks like a dominating force on the matches he ends up winning? That isn't a good look for him.
I don't know if I've ever seen Gunther covered in his own blood.
Well, he did kinda debut during the PG era, where bleeding in matches were extremely rare. So I'm not surprised we haven't seen Gunther bleed up to this point. Him bleeding at all is the more shocking part. Seth Rollins is one sneaky son of a bitch. Pretends to be injured for a month only to reveal it was all a ruse. 10 years ago, Seth created the heist of the century with the Money in the Bank cash-in, and now he created the ruse of the century with this one. I'm removing 100 sins for this. Wonder what crazy plan he might do with the Money in the Bank contract by 2035.